Were the Pharisees law-keepers? Let's learn. I'm going to show you today that the Pharisees weren't law-keepers but law-breakers. Let's begin. Starting with the chief priest Caiaphas. The important things to note in these passages. 1. Caiaphas is the high priest. 2. He rent or ripped his clothes. According to Leviticus 21 verse 10, the high priest is not to rend or rip his clothes, yet Caiaphas did according to Matthew 26 verse 65. If the high priest isn't keeping the law, then it makes sense to believe the priests and scribes under him probably weren't keeping the law either, and that's what I'm going to show next. As we can see, when the Messiah Christ says you can't serve God and mammon or money, the Pharisees who were covetous ridiculed him. According to Micah 2 verse 2, the Pharisees coveted fields, homes, money and power. According to Exodus 20 verse 17, the Pharisees broke the law, thou shalt not covet. The Messiah Christ rebukes the scribes and Pharisees for upholding their own traditions rather than the commandments of God. How did they do that? The law says that if one curses their father or mother, they must be put to death. That's Exodus 21 verse 17. However, the scribes and Pharisees pervert judgment by breaking the laws of Deuteronomy 16 verses 18 to 19 by taking gifts which blinds them of keeping just judgment, thus making the commandments have no effect on the people. We see the disciples of Christ are eating ears of corn. When the Pharisees see this, they accuse the disciples of breaking the Sabbath day. But let's see if doing this is lawful or not. According to Deuteronomy 23 verses 24 to 25, you are in fact allowed to pick the ears of corn of your neighbor and eat. You cannot, however, move your sickle to your neighbor's cornfield. This means the Pharisees were raising a false witness against the disciples, just so they could find something against Christ. Again proving the Pharisees were lawbreakers. According to Malachi 2 verses 7 to 9, the priests caused the people to stumble at the law, corrupted the covenant of Levi, did not keep the ways of the Lord, but were partial in the law. This is why Christ told his disciples and the multitude around them to observe and do what the priests say, because they do teach to keep the law, however don't do what they do, because as he says in verse 13 of Matthew 23, they are hypocrites. So according to the Bible, the priests are not law keepers but lawbreakers. Shalom.